The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group and Gonzalez. Total Car Care, tire shop and automotive repair in Baton Rouge. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
St. Louis High School, old school at the practice field here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Brock Matherne, head coach. Brock,
yes, sir,
how's it going, man?
It's good, good. Thank you for coming out here, man.
Glad I caught the last 25 minutes of practice running over here.
Yeah.
Got you guys behind us that are going to be interviewed in a minute. Got St. Louis behind you. Great practice field, great weather, huh, Coach?
Oh, yeah, man. It's football time. It's the real football right here when this weather starts to hit.
Made the playoffs in a bye. I don't want to talk about who's going to win the game because it might play after the game, but congrats on being in the playoffs.
Oh, yes, sir.
A lot of hard work. What's it like, Coach, being at St. Louis, being a South Louisiana guy?
Yeah.
You transplant now?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it feels like home. These kids make it feel a lot like home. You know, they welcomed me with open arms 3 years ago, and you know, my wife feels like it's family here. Myself, my little boy, you know, he comes to practice and he loves seeing these kids. Man, it's just a real family atmosphere. So, yeah, it feels like home, and I don't get to go back home often. So, I mean, we adapted, and I love it around here, and I plan on being here a long time.
Brock, brag about the three guys we're about to interview. I know they're special to you. One's a kicker, one's a linebacker, and one's your jack-all-trades running back.
Yeah, I got so Landon, I mean, he's extremely special because, for one, I've never had a kicker in my entire coaching career.
I remember that.
But no, he's been starting since he was a sophomore, and just a special kid. Always comes to work. You know, never complains. Never really is in a bad mood. Even when things don't go right, his demeanor doesn't change. He just comes ready to work. And the craziest part is he may be the most athletic kid on the campus. You know, he can play receiver for us. He can play DB. Shoot, he can probably even play quarterback. He can really do it all. But he was our secret weapon until, you know, he starts booming 52-yard field goals. So, but he gives us an advantage in every game. You know, we feel comfortable in getting points in almost every drive as long as we have him.
Coach, you got a school right now that's going to have a new school. Whenever they say you're going to have a new school, right? A lot of good things in the future.
Yeah.
Great Catholic school here in St. Louis.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about the playoffs this year? And, you know, some of the teams have moved around, select, non-select. How do you like the field?
Man, I wish these kids would get to experience what I got to experience in high school. Classes 1 through 5, 32 teams in the bracket. You know, I just believe that the way the playoffs are set up, man, you're always going to wonder what if. You know, you got a Division II winner that could be a 4A or a 3A team. And to me, it's just, you know, you're always going to wonder, can that team beat the non-select side? But, I mean, the way it's set up, man, you know, we kind of have that attitude of it is what it is. You gotta play who you have to play. And for us, we're just trying to get better each day, you know, take it one day at a time. And when Friday night comes, we line it up versus whoever it is and play until the last whistle. Coach,
before we wrap up, give kudos to your assistants. I know you got some good guys here.
Yeah.
You got some older guys and some young guys.
I got a really, really good coaching staff. I believe it's the best in the state. Starting with my assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, Coach Darius Carroll. He's another Bell Chase graduate with me on that 2008 state championship team. He coaches linebackers, so he gets the pleasure of coaching the great Graham Monte and Luke Meir and Noah Ellender. And then I have on the defensive line, I'm blessed to have Coach Jonte Jones, St. James graduate, played some ball here at McNeese College. Really, really good defensive line guy, technical-wise. I mean, you know, I don't believe there's a better one out there. Defensive backs, I have two defensive back coaches, and Coach Jared Favorite, another St. James graduate, and then Coach Eric Papillon. He coaches our safeties. He's a Barb graduate and played football at McNeese. Two guys that really love the game, and they show it with their passion for these kids. So that completes our defensive staff. On the offensive side, we have our quarterbacks coach, Coach Chaz Santa. Really, really good young coach. Works his tail off. Loves to break down film. Knows the game really well for his age. A running backs coach, Coach Sterling Mobley. Another really good coach. Helps me out a lot as a head coach and calling the offense. He came here this year. He's been a blessing for us. At receivers, we got another young coach, graduated from Notre Dame, down there in Crowley, Ethan Smith.
Yeah.
He coaches our receivers and tight ends. Another very well experienced, comes from a great program, a great school. We're blessed to have him here at St. Louis Catholic. And we have 2 offensive line coaches and Coach Bill Painter, a lot of experience. I think 38 years of coaching. He's been at LaGrange, been at Iowa. He's been all over the place, and he gives us a ton of knowledge and a ton of experience, especially in a young coaching staff. He breaks it down for us pretty simple. And then Andy Dodd, we added this year, played at LSU, played at McNeese from Georgia.
Yeah.
He's a really good young coach too. So a very young coaching staff on the offensive defense side. And then on special teams, we have special teams coordinator Coach Alex Shelston, kicked for LSU, kicked for McNeese, and also was in training camp with the Saints. Really, really, really good special teams coordinator. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's at the college level here soon. I've already gotten some calls about him. I'm sure he has too. He's one of the best coaches I've ever been around. And then Coach Pat Neck, he's also, helps with the special teams. Been the special teams coordinator here for a while, kind of took a step back as the athletic director, and helps Coach Shelston out a lot. He's our really time management guy on the sideline. He's a blessing for me as a head coach. I think every head coach should have them a Pat Neck on their staff, and for me, he makes my job so easy. I can't explain enough how special Coach Pat Neck is to our program.
Coach, thank you, Brock. Appreciate you, Coach, and
Yes,
good luck to
Thank
the
you,
rest
man.
of it. Glad the season's still going on, man.
Oh yeah, we plan to keep it going for 5 more weeks.
Happy to be in Lake Charles.
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right,
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.